It's looking good. What falls behind us there is going to go what I did. I did a general sweep. I'm playing Oh, I do too. I've got Green Carolinas one on down the road. Oh, that was
Oh, man.
No. Give me a hug. He said that you're on business.
It's hot in here, maybe people will talk fast.
I got to do the stomach right along hey, now I'm having he might grab a hold of you. I wouldn't do it.
Jen's
Oh, gosh. What she doing? I was telling you I had
Call this meeting together. Everybody rise and remove your hats if you have one. As in every meeting, first and foremost, God before country. Brother Powell, would you lead us in prayer, sir?
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you tonight. We ask your blessing upon this community, upon this county. We ask, Lord, that you be with all the politicians as they go about running for office. We ask, Lord, that you be with our presidential race. We ask, Lord, that you be with us here tonight, that we might make the right decisions in whatever direction we are headed, that we might understand it better. Lead, guide, and direct us each day that we live. We give you praise and glory in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
I'm going to ask that our splendid Veteran Service Officer, Jim Patterson, leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Patterson.
Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I want to welcome everyone to the regular bi-monthly meeting of the Sequatchie County Commission. We want to thank our friends at BTC Fiber for being here. Mr. Ethan, we appreciate what you guys do and televising this meeting. So we have a list, a public comments list. No one wants to speak tonight. There's going to be plenty of talking, so I'll have to wait until my mic person comes in, hopefully. Nisha, can you turn this up just a little bit? No one can hear us.
We can hear you pretty good, but that
Testing. Nothing? Testing.
Keith, you got a loud mouth as it is.
Testing,
I don't understand.
testing, is that better? Testing. Testing,
No.
1, 2.
There we go.
Thank you, Nisha.
Thank you, Nisha.
All right, we're gonna change up just a little bit, but Madam Clerk, first and foremost, roll call, please.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Here.
Brian Ruling.
Here.
Lane Lane.
Here.
James Breland. Brian Walker.
Here.
Joyce Dodson.
Here.
Ed Nunley. Jeff Barger.
Here.
Paul Powell.
Here.
Michael Hudson.
Here.
June Dishman.
Here.
Frank Silver.
Here.
Susie Bostic.
Here.
Wayne Clemens.
Here.
Tommy Johnson.
Here.
Tommy Nero.
Here.
And Jeff Packer.
Here.
Okay, Mr. Nunley called in earlier. He's been under the weather, so we will remember him in our prayers. In your packets, Commissioners, you should receive the minutes from the June 27th special called meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve said minutes.
So moved.
I have a motion from Mr. Clemens, a second from J-Mac. Any questions, additions, deletions?
Yes, it does. Did we have an audit meeting last month?
We did.
You did, okay.
We did. Mr. Venero gave a thorough report, I believe.
Okay.
Audit. Any other questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said minutes hereby passed. I want to thank at this time Sean Booth for the pizza and Jessica for the cheesecake. Is Jessica still here? Is she still back there eating a piece of her own cake? I'm not sure, but we want to thank those guys. And, we appreciate that. Certainly. Okay, one thing I want to get out of the way first, Madam Clerk, is I want to present the financial reports from your office, which I have on my desk, and who else do you have?
Okay, we've got the change report, the sheriff, register of deeds, county clerk, and the trustee yearly financial reports.
Okay, I want to
They
make
part
those
of the minutes.
part of the minutes and public record. Also, I've got the highway report right here that Eric will give soon, and I'll hand that to you as soon as he gives that report. Also, I have the year-to-date cash receipts and disbursements and balances from the trustee's office and the cash flow analysis from the county executive's office. So, and it's inclusive in our budget that we will present a little bit later. Okay, we're going to do a little changing up. We have our friends from the Century Farms with us tonight, and I know you guys, there was some confusion on what time to be here. I saw Jan Johnson walk in at 2 o'clock. No, but we did get here pretty early, and several of you, so we're going to bump that up and take care of you guys. And you guys, we've got some business to conduct a little bit later, but we want to take care of that. So first, I want to call John Harmon, Sheldon Barker, Tommy Johnson, and Janice Kaiser to come forward, please. And John, take it away whenever you feel the need.
Well, first of all, I'd like to, Executive Carter, members of the commission, the Heritage Farm Committee would like to thank you for your support of this important program. We greatly appreciate this, and I know the families do too, and our communities do too. We have identified approximately 40 farms so far that could be eligible for this program. It's just getting them to pick up the applications and to start working on the program and filling it out. And of course, they're going to need a little help out of a couple offices here at the courthouse. But out of that 40, we have had, well, that's 40 extra, so we've had 25 applications that are pending as we speak right now. We've had 25 people pick those applications up that have started the process. We've had a couple that didn't meet it, not quite. They liked about 2 years, and some like 7 years of meeting that 100 years.
The committee is excited tonight because we are bringing 8 families, family farms here tonight to be recognized and have qualified at this time. So that's exciting. And we've been working on this for about a year, a little over a year, to get this program started. So this is bringing some excitement to our community. And to our knowledge, we believe that this is the first program of its kind in the state. That we've not found anybody that's doing the things that we're doing, recognizing at this type of level. I'd like to call on Mr. Barker and Mr. Connie to present the proclamation.
All right, good evening. It's an honor for me to get to be a part of this. As a third generation farmer, we're right about 95, 96 years on our family farm. So this hits home to me. So there's a lot of interest here from me as well. Fourth generation son sitting there. So this is important. This is what our county was built upon. And if you look at the state of Tennessee seal, what's the main part of the seal? It says agricultural. So that's very important. It's a vital part of our economics. State of Tennessee is still the #1 economic driver, state of Tennessee. So it's important to all of us, and it's important for us to remember the heritage and all the hard work that our, the people came before us completed. So I want to do 2 things here. I want to read the first part of the resolution that we this commission passed back in September 23, and we're going to read a proclamation. So Resolution 792-2023 was a recognition to recognize and support the Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Program of Sequatchie County, Tennessee. The mission of the Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Program was to recognize and preserve the agricultural and farming heritage and history of Sequatchie County. The program acknowledged the farms and families for their continued stewardship of the land. They helped preserve the rich family heritage and legacy that built the foundations of our rural community and our county. So this commission passed this in September of 2023. So we're here today making a proclamation for these first 8 farms. And I will read that proclamation. Fellow commissioners, you have that in your packet. This is a proclamation to recognize Sequatchie County Heritage Farms that have been family owned for 100 years. Whereas the Sequatchie County Heritage Farm Program was established to recognize these farms and preserve them. Whereas the recognition acknowledges farms and families for the continued commitment. Whereas the identified Sequatchie County farms that have been family owned and farmed for 100 years are to be recognized and honored for their legacy in Sequatchie County. Now therefore, I, D. Keith Cartwright, Sequatchie County Executive, do hereby proclaim this esteemed recognition for Sequatchie County's 100-year heritage farms. So now we get to do the very big thing. We're going to recognize some wonderful farms. I got told to move. So if we could have 2 representatives, if possible, from each farm. The first we'd like to recognize is the Bright Reese Farm. Do we have 2 representatives from Bright Reese? This is the oldest farm, is that understand? How many years?
196.
196.
Wow.
Wow.
John, I want to talk about the Tribune going to run.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Also, one quick thing. The families will receive a sign to go on your farm, but the committee will come out to the farm at a later date with the Tribune and do a story, and then the committee will give you the sign.
Thank you all.
Can we have 2 members of the Condra Hilltop Farm? Or 1. How many years? This is not right. Thank Davenport Farm. I know this takes a little bit of time, but how many times you get to recognize somebody for doing something for 100 years?
Wayne's saying you're 100 years old.
I did not.
By George, look at him. Right. That Miss Clara will cover up a lot of stuff.
That is
The Harmon Farm. The Hickey Farm. The Kell Farm. Smile, John. The Riverbend Farm.
Let me get you a better shot. Turn around.
Jan's got the right.
Like that shirt, Jan, you got an Obama shirt.
Stone Creek Farm.
Thank you. Members of the commission.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, John.
The Heritage Farm Program came about as one of the 3-star goals. When the state came and said, what do you want to look at? What do you want to work on in Sequatchie County? One of the top things was that of agriculture. So each of the farms will also get a certificate that has the state seal on it. But you're also, tonight, we gave each of the commissioners a centerpiece from the Tennessee Magazine, or I guess the BTC Fiber Magazine. And I need to tell you, commissioners, that being Condra was going to sign them for $20 a piece. So just know I've saved you $20 because he signed it here. This committee has worked many long hours to get this done, and we appreciate it. And if you know of a farm that meets this criteria, we want to know because we want to recognize them also. So you farm owners, thank you. Keep up the good work. Congratulations.
Hey, Janet, did you say Ben was going to give us $20 a piece?
Yeah, he was going to.
Sean, Miss Lula Bass wants to leave some of the folks downstairs. Help Miss Lula Bass right here behind you. Just get downstairs. Yes. Miss Lula, right in front of that. Yeah, certainly the legacy that Century Farm leaves is irreplaceable, and I've got many friends that are here tonight, and Michelle, good seeing you. So it's been years. So we'll move on. We got some time mixed up, and we wanted to get them up and out before they got too tired. So. Okay, up next, we're going to go right into the reports. Sheriff is in the house, so Sheriff Billings, come forward, sir.
Sure.
So I was told that I've got like 10 seconds tonight. So, we got the SRO vehicles in this past week. And they were shipped off to be striped. They should be back pretty soon, and this is what they'll look like. So we have 3 of those. That's thanks to the SRO grant primarily, and that'll be our 3 newest vehicles, 1 for each of the schools. And they should be here in time for the start of the school year. So, aside from that, we have our dog Gator is in completing, I guess, 2 months or more of training right now. Our handler has been there with him. I think this is their 4th complete week. Thank you. And so they will be finishing up really soon, and we expect them to be back here and on the streets probably by the 1st of next month. Other than that, it's summertime and we're really busy. And that's about all I got.
Any questions for the sheriff? Thank you, Bill. We appreciate it. All right, up next, our superintendent of schools, Sarat. Come on up.
Thank you to the commission. Certainly those of you who served on budget committee, I know it's been a trying season, and I appreciate all your efforts. What a blessing to live in the community that we do. It just makes me so thankful for the legacies here. We are gearing up for a new school year. Band camp, football, fall football practice is underway. New student registration will take place this Wednesday. Looking forward to meeting the families. Back to school night orientation is August 1st. Our first full day of class will take place Monday, August 5th, right after the yard sale, right? I would like to take this opportunity to remind the public, we ask that you yield to our school buses and follow the rules of the road. We want to protect our children, and it's always a learning curve, it seems like. We have to remind people how to drive, but be mindful that our buses will be on the road, and looking forward to serving our children.
Any questions for Sarat? Thank you, Ms. Pierce.
Yes,
we
thank
appreciate it. Mr. Higgins with the Highway Department.
Good to be here as always. Top of my report, you'll see a 3-year, 3-month running average. It shows the ups and downs of our money that we get for the commission. Schedule A is a current work activities and future activities. Most of it, if you look, we paid Keenan Road, Wells Road, and Wimouth Road the past month. Looking forward, we've got some state aid jobs we're going to do with Stupid Oak, and we got about 1.5 2/10 of Kelly Cross left to pave. We're gonna finish that. And we got some other roads we're gonna pave. John Henry Lewis, we're gonna pave about a mile of it. We're gonna pave, there's a road down in, your area. Commissioner, can't even think, Paul, it's in your area that we're gonna get. Then we're gonna get another road up on Fredonia Mountain. We're probably gonna do, the road off, Sullivan Loop Road, and then, we're gonna get a couple of roads on Cagle Mountain. One of them's like Tower Road, and, that'll be about it for the year, other than some tar and chip. We're gonna do tar and chip first after we get done with the schools. So we'll start on it towards the end of the month, first of next month. We'll do the tar and chip, and then we'll set into paving. The first road we'll get will make you happy. We're gonna come to you first and get that over with, because your people will fuss at us the whole time. I'm just kidding. But other than that, I mean, if y'all got any questions, I mean, I'll be glad to answer them. And then there's also a letter attached that Miss Jane sent about Henson Road going up the mountain. Of course, it is in terrible shape. It's closed to through traffic, and the money it would cost to fix the road, we just don't have it. You know, if we can come up with some grant money somewhere, some federal grant money somewhere, we'll be glad to pay it, fix it. But right now, the funds are not available for that. And I attached that letter in the response and how our money's derived from
You think there could possibly be some kind of grant where you could get it on Trail of Tears, and hang glider thing?
it. I don't know, that's just something we're gonna have to look into. I'm not sure.
We have reached out to the development district to help find those monies to be able to do something like that. I don't know if that's the path that we take, but they certainly would know, so they'll lead us through that. So I don't know if that's possible, if there's monies available, but we're checking into it.
Yeah, I mean, if we get some federal money or something, that'd be great. I mean, as far as the state grant money and stuff like that, I mean, I know the person, so I mean, you can't get no more of a connection than that. And they've helped us tremendously over the last 5-6 years. But that's a considerable amount of money considering the low volume of traffic that goes up and down the road. And I know some folks want to ride their bikes up and down the road, but I mean, it's hard to spend that kind of money on that road unless it is a grant, because then the rest of the county is going to complain because we got more traffic on a lot of the other roads that we paved it.
One other thing, could you maybe address something about the mowing, what's happening in the mowing and the...
I mean, we're mowing as fast as we can mow. I mean, I don't know what
I've
to
had a
tell
lot of
you.
people asking
We got 6
questions about
tractors mowing. I mean, before I got in there, we had 4. We run 6 tractors the whole mowing season. And I know they were on Lewis Chapel Mountain the other day. And they've been on Fredonia Mountain. There were some of them are off in the valleys now. But I mean, we just about made a full start and we're starting over again.
And can you get some salt and brine and snow removal equipment out and just maybe set it out to see if it'll actually cool off?
You're bringing up another sore subject. What we got to do is we got to make people understand that when temperatures drop below 20 degrees, it doesn't matter what you do to it, it doesn't melt it, period.
Well, right now, I just like the temperature to drop 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Parker, just freeze it. One more thing, Eric. On Parker Camp Road, have you got anything planned on that? Is it chip or tar or anything?
It won't be touched this year. We're probably going to try to fix Shadowland, Eagle's Nest. I'm trying to remember, there's another road.
Timber
Oh yeah,
Ridge.
there's another. We're going to work on Window Rock some.
What about Timber Ridge?
I can't spend all my money on your mountain, Chester.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've got a couple roads where your mountain gets a lot of attention because you got a lot of road problems out there. But it's just all about money, and we're all aware of that. I've gotten the same money for the last 6 years, about $1.9 million, and I'm lucky if I have anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 left now. I used to have about $300,000, but with price increases and stuff, everything we've got costs a fortune now. I mean, we're doing the best we can with what we got.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Appreciate it, thank you. I see Puckett's in the house.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to share a little bit of statistics with you. Year to date, we've had a total of 1,137 requests for transport, and 724 of those have been transported. Looking at last year, it's about the same, about 4% less, which during flu season, our call volume did go down a little. I did want to share also, back on March 27th, we sent a letter to Erlanger to terminate our contract with them, or at least go into talks with them, and that goes into effect on September 23rd. We did receive a little bit of an update from Erlanger, and the way that contract will work going forward is they have a new primary for their Hamilton County facilities, excuse me, and we will be continuing all of these Sequatchie County transfers. We received that this week. We do not know who will be taken over at this time as primary for Hamilton County. They did reach out. We will be primary still for any Sequatchie County.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Any questions? We appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you all.
All right, anything from 911? Brian, Stacy, I saw tall Stacy in the house a while ago.
Everything's moving forward. We're doing good.
All right, good report. All right, our Veteran Service Officer, Jim Patterson.
So y'all have the report in your packet. We the new numbers for the VA have come out. We gained 5 veterans from where we were last year. All but 9 counties in Tennessee lost veterans, so it's good that we gained a few. We also gained about $2.4 million in total VA funding from last year, with $1.8 million of that being comp and pension dollars. The fiscal year, county fiscal, state fiscal year numbers are also listed. Did better than the year before. Continuing to work through the legislative process on an idea to get some grants. And I was recently appointed as the volunteer Veteran Service Officer for the state VFW level, so I'll be able to help the state commander on these issues. And as I like to say, you know, there's a lot of numbers, but it's ultimately about people. So recently I got a case awarded that had been going on for almost 2 decades. And the widow received over $250,000 in retro pay. So for her, to be honest with you, I think it was more important that they admitted that his death was caused by his service. Money's nice, but that's what she really wanted. So, anybody have any questions for me?
Thank you, Mr. Patterson. We appreciate it. Okay, Andrew, anything from IDB?
Only really major thing that I've got to report is our building over by Mon Hummel at 543 Sequatchie Industrial Park Road. We did officially sign the lease agreement with Mon Hummel for a 5-year lease on July the 1st. So that is good. It's finally signed, sealed, and done. So that is good. We're still continuing to move forward on the property we've bought. Get some planning, but nothing in writing yet. So that's where we stand at for IDB for the moment.
Thank you, Andrew. We
Thank you, sir.
appreciate it. Anybody here from the library? Susan, anything from the library?
I am here from the library, but I don't have anything to say except wonderful things about the library.
We're looking at putting some flooring down.
We are redoing the family room, thanks to the commission putting a new floor that hasn't been down since Mr. Harmon helped to redo it several years ago. And then with funding from and Miss Rachel's actually here, but Miss Rachel sat still while I jumped up.
She likes to talk.
I do like to talk. Anyway, so the Friends of the Library and the foundation both are funding the rest of the renovation, and it's just going to look amazing with new window treatments and painting and the little kitchen area redone, and so we can't wait to get it finished and have everybody over. And Robin Bergen is just amazing, as you all read in the Tribune. She is just had a great summer program. We have a great staff at the library, and we have a great president in Miss Rachel Hickson. And thank you.
And read books. What a jewel our library is, and we are so grateful and thankful for that. So, okay, let's see. Janice, anything else from the chamber?
I think that's just about it. Just thank you for what you do. We have Oktoberfest coming up in the first weekend of October that will have over 500 cyclists here for Cycle Sequatchie. So that'll be a huge event. We've added 10 new members in the last month. People are coming and they want to be involved in the community. So thank you for what you do to support us.
Thank you, Janice. All right, did I skip anybody? Sheldon, Ag, anything?
I did. Real quick. You have a written report which covers most everything that I wanted to say, but we had one of the largest groups the last 4 or 5 years go to junior camp at the end of June, 26 campers. And those of you who got the written report, and the rest of you can find it on our Facebook page, we had a state-winning photography contest winner from Sequatchie County. And there are pictures on the back of this sheet, and I think Miss Dusty posted it a couple of days ago to our Facebook page. That was a nice recognition for her.
How big was the potato, Sheldon? How big was the potato?
The potato?
I couldn't, well, you've got on front there, it says a potato contest, wasn't it?
Photo.
Yeah, well, I can't see the potato though.
It's a photo contest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Photo contest. Potato, potato. Gary, you're gonna have to live with that. Oh, what's his name? Got lost in election because of it. Thank you very much. Did I miss anybody, a department head or a committee member? Did I miss anyone? Counselor, anything from legal?
Not at all.
Don't need to serve any warrants tonight or anything.
I'll let the sheriff do that.
All right, let the sheriff do that. All right, very good. Well, guys, let's move on to the new business. We've taken care of the Heritage Farm. I'm going to call on now Mr. Barger. Mr. Barger, give your budget transfers and all your stuff, and then just segue right into the budget, sir, for 24-25.
All right. See if I can keep up with it all. Okay, the budget committee did meet this afternoon, 5 o'clock. We did have one, well, actually a couple of transfers to approve, and this came as a motion from the budget committee to approve this transfer, and it's transferring from Budget Code 101, transferring from 39,000 fund balance, sum total of $2,509. And that's transferring to, it's split as two line items. It's 54,610, 341 pauper burial. That total was 2,281, and the other line item was 58,400, 510 trustees commission, $228, and that was a motion from the budget committee to approve that transfer.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Silver. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, transfer hereby passes. Mr. Barker.
All right. The next items that the budget committee discussed and passed, and I passed them out as everyone got. Everyone should have the full 3.5 copy of the 24-25 budget. There was a couple of amendments or a couple of items that we made a motion and changed, and it's actually in the budget that I passed out. We'll go through the 3 items and I'll list those, and this was a motion from the budget committee to accept these changes to the budget. It was item 1 was the fire departments. We increased the fire department contribution $5,000, so each fire department gets $25,000. Jail medical was increased to $230,000 versus the 202, I think it was, that we had originally, 203. And the Veterans Administration was bumped $5,000 to $65,000 in that line item.
You've heard the motion from the budget committee. Do I hear a second? Have a second from Mr. Shell because it exceeds $5,000. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chester Shell.
Yes.
Gary Williams.
Yes.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Lane Lane.
Yes.
Brian Walker.
Yes.
George Dodson.
Yes.
Jeff Barker.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
Michael Hudson.
Yes.
Gene Dishman. Yes. Frank Silver.
Yes.
Susie Bostic.
Yes.
Wayne Clemens.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Tom Nero. And Jeff Mack.
Yes.
Motion to approve the amendments hereby passes. Mr. Barker.
All right. Do we want to move into the budget, or do you want me to go through the?
Go ahead and go do the jail medical and I think,
All right.
yeah, the
And
volunteer behavioral health. Yeah.
everyone should have gotten a copy of the agreement for the inmate services, the new contract. And this came as a motion from the budget committee to approve said new contract for jail medical for the term of 3 years.
You've heard the motion from the budget committee. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Johnson. Just some clarity, the budget has been at $190,000 for the contract for the last 3 years. It's time to renew. That budget did go up to $203,587, I believe it was. In Charlotte, let me get you the exact number. I think it's that. There's 203,500. I don't have that contract with me, but I'll get that number too. But it went up about 13,500, something like that. So we have a motion second because it exceeds $5,000. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell. Gary Williams.
Yes.
Brian Ruling.
Yes.
Lane Lane.
Yes.
Brian Walker.
Yes.
George Dodson. Yes. Jeff Barker.
Yes.
Paul Powell.
Yes.
Michael Hudson.
Yes.
Gene Dishman.
Yes.
Frank Silver.
Yes.
Susie Bostic.
Yes.
Wayne Clemens.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Tom Nero.
Yes.
And Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, that jail medical agreement hereby passes. Thank you, Will, for being here with your explanations to segue through that. Mr. Barker.
A few other items that the budget committee discussed. There was no action on these. Was the feral gas lease that we've been discussing has not been perfected yet. And they're not ready. There's no contract yet. Mr. Cartwright and Mr. Venero discussed the Erlanger lease, and there's progress meeting on that, but that contract is not ready for a vote. But very, very positive movement on that. The other items that was discussed, and I think probably we need to waive the 5-day rule before we propose this one.
This is on the MOU. I'll entertain a motion to waive the 5-day rule. I have a motion from Mr. Wayne Clemens. I have a second from Mr. Brian Walker. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said 5-day rule is hereby waived. Mr. Barker.
All right. The budget committee, and this came out of the budget committee as a recommendation to approve. There was to allow the contract of office space in the health department for volunteer behavioral health. This contract requires no cost neutral to the county.
You've heard the motion. Do I hear a second? I've got a second from Mr. Hudson. Any questions relative to this? Hearing none. Because this has no cost, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, said the motion or MOU hereby passes. On this, let me take just a moment. Jennifer, you weren't able to be here because of the bank meeting earlier, but we reviewed these earlier today, early this morning. Too early.
We did, yes.
But while you're here, any comments on anything relative to, I think the Erlanger's been kind of put down the road in September. Also the feral gas. We talked about the electronic monitoring agreement, pushing it off to September as well. Any comments
Well, Erlanger is very promising. We are very excited that I think we're going to be really close, and hopefully September will be the month that we can get it approved and see some progress. The MOU that you just approved, we looked at that. It's no responsibility to the county, but it does provide mental health facilities at the health department at no responsibility at all, except we're providing an office space. So, that's an advantage that citizens will have. As far as the electronic monitoring agreement, you will probably see that in September. The sheriff has sent me an email today, and I've been working with the county executive. That's a requirement under the domestic assault law that went into effect on July 1st. So you'll start seeing that probably in September. And then feral gas, we'll get that to you and get that finalized. So they're all coming together. It's just, we want to make sure it's right before you get it, and we have to spend a lot of time tweaking it, and you have plenty of time to review it. We could have probably got the Erlanger ready, but there's no reason to rush it and rush you. We want to make sure with this much money involved that everybody has plenty of time to look at it.
Thank you. Dee, do you concur with legal analysis? Very good. Mr. Barton.
All right. That kind of concludes. Thank you, Jennifer, for talking about that. I didn't mention that the Budget Committee did talk a little bit about the electronic monitoring, but there was no action that we could do tonight, but appreciate your comments on that. But the next items is the 24-25 budget and the resolutions are for the tax levy and things like that. So you've got, everybody has a copy of them, correct?
Yep. In your package, you should receive resolution 797, the appropriations for various funds. I'll entertain a motion to approve said resolution. I have a motion from Mr. Walker and a second from Mr. Hudson. Any questions, comments relative to the 24-25 proposed appropriations for various funds? Hearing none, because it absolutely exceeds 5,000 by a few million. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell?
You can conflict the interest, I have
Mr. Shell works for our sanitation department, so respectfully, he will need to not vote. Thanks, Chester.
Gary Williams?
Yes.
Brian Ruling?
Yes.
Lane Lane?
Yes.
Brian Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson? Yes. Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Jim Dishman? Frank Silver?
Yes.
Susie Bostic?
Yes.
Wayne Clemens?
Yes.
Tommy Johnson?
Yes.
Tommy Nero?
Yes.
And Jeff Mackey?
Yes.
Okay, said resolution 797 hereby passes. Next resolution, resolution 798. The tax levy is set at 1.8366, the same as last year. No tax increase. I'll entertain a motion to pass the levy. Mr. Hudson, thank you for that motion. A second from Susie Bostic. Susie, I think that was your finger or pencil. Just making sure. We have a motion and a second. Any questions about the tax levy resolution? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, just want to be sure. Gary Williams?
Yes.
Brian Ruling?
Yes.
Lane Lane?
Yes.
Brian Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson? Yes. Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Jim Dishman? Yes. Frank Silver?
Yes.
Susie Bostic?
Yes.
Wayne Clemens?
Yes.
Tommy Johnson?
Yes.
Tommy Nero?
Yes.
And Jeff Mackey?
Yes.
Okay, resolution 798 hereby passes. And next is resolution 799, the appropriations for nonprofits. I'll entertain a motion to pass that. Thank you, Mr. Powell. Do I hear a second? Thank you, Mr. Tommy Johnson. We have a second. Any questions relative to the nonprofit resolution? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call.
Chester Shell?
Yes.
Gary Williams?
Yes.
Brian Ruling?
Yes.
Lane Lane?
Yes.
Brian Walker?
Yes.
Joyce Dodson?
Yes.
Jeff Barger?
Yes.
Paul Powell?
Yes.
Michael Hudson?
Yes.
Jim Dishman?
Yes.
Frank Silver,
Yes.
Susie Bostic. Yes. Wayne Clemens.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
Tommy Nero.
Yes.
Jeff Mackey.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 799 hereby passes. That completes passage of the 24-25 proposed budget. We will get that to the comptroller first thing tomorrow. And anyway, good job. I will say this, the budget committee worked long and hard. In my view, this is our best budget in the past 14 years or so. And we appreciate your hard work, and we appreciate the elected officials in the department heads in keeping in budget. We certainly appreciate that. Mr. Barker, any comments?
No, just to echo what you said, and I know there's others on the budget committee that would probably say the same thing, that it was a difficult budget early on. We challenged each other, and I think came out with a very solid and a budget that we can all be proud of. There's a lot of things that went into this budget. A lot of the elected officials came and talked and pleaded with us and fought for their people. There's raises in this budget. There's a lot of things that did go right with this budget, and we are revenue over expenditures in all of our accounts on this. So good work from a lot of people. The budget committee, I appreciate each and every one of you guys and the work that y'all did, and sometimes even convincing me where we needed to go. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We appreciate you. Madam Clerk, appointment of notaries.
I have two. Betty Farley and Alec H. Hudson.
Would you spell that, please? You've heard the bill of fare. I'll entertain a motion. I have a motion from J. Mack, a second from Mr. Powell. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, said notaries hereby are granted. Any announcements, comments from the commission? Mr. B.
Just a reminder, out of respect to Mr. Booth for the pizza, it is still there, so commissioners can go in there. He just delivered before we sat down for our meeting. I want to thank Sean Perfect, myself, for doing that. And also just a comment on the comment on the budget. I know we have two people missing, but unanimity means something. And this was a unanimous positive forward by this budget for the first time in a long time. So I had something to say about
Do you thank Chester for not voting?
I believe that number you was looking for, Keith, was 203,587 earlier.
That's it, 203,587 on the contract. Thank you. All right, if nothing else, we stand adjourned.